When you want to get off the darkest ground,
Asshats.
the gravity pulls you
We need to
straight
break our
down.
coordination.
Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. Clear
Well, howdy, y'all, and welcome back to yet another movie night. We are here, and we're live, and we are raring to go, at least I think. Let's see. Let me just make sure everything is pulled up correctly here, and we'll start out with our intros for the evening. We do have a small-ish panel tonight, but that just means that we can have more quality time with our panel members. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Let's see.
Phrasing.
It helps to remember there's good quality and bad quality.
That's very true. You're not wrong. Let me see here. Looks like your guys' names weren't showing up. There we go. Got it all fixed. Okay, perfect. So we'll start out with Brooke. Hello, Brooke.
Hi.
How are you doing this evening?
Tired.
Yeah. It's been one of them weeks and definitely one of those days, so I understand that.
Tell me about it.
Well, we're
But
super
yeah.
glad to have you here with us again tonight.
Yep. Glad to be back.
Awesome. We also have Purple. Purple rhymes with orange.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Okay, sometime yesterday my channel finally went past 500 subscribers.
Wow, that's awesome.
I was not expecting that to happen before Christmas at the rate I'd been building, so now I'm supposed to do a 500 subscriber special and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Oh, believe me, I know all about that.
I can always give you, the old idea I had for my channel. If I ever hit 500, then I just kind of stopped doing stuff with it. So
A lot of people just celebrate with a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do those twice a week.
Fair enough.
well, here's what you do. You put on an audio production of a Shakespearean play.
There you go.
Add some culture to your channel.
Well, I'm so happy for you that you got that 500, and we'll look forward to your 500 celebration stream. Woohoo! And lastly, we have Bionic Dance on our panel with us tonight. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, fantastic.
Hmm.
How are you doing?
Well,
this
hi,
evening?
everybody. First time on the panel. We'll see how it goes.
This
And
is
actually,
true.
with a smaller panel, maybe it'll give me a chance to practice.
There you
not
go.
so much of a live fire environment.
Yeah, exactly. It can be definitely a lot going on in the panel when there's a full panel. So it's good to dip your feet in when it's light.
In Bionic Dance, I do need to give you the disclaimer for being on the panel. The productions of Side Strike, Force, and Movie Night cannot be held responsible for any facial damage due to face palms and any and all mental and, just outright insanity fees that you might have to incur by going to a psychiatrist after all the dub you see. If you accept these terms and conditions, you may stay.
Exactly.
I assure you, my face is already rather wider than it ought to be from all of the desk impacts, I assure you.
Okay.
It will not get any worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Well, what do you guys think? Should we bring up the wheel and see what we got tonight?
Might as well.
All right.
Oh, you can't stall a little longer?
Nope. But look, I made it colorful tonight.
That's good.
All right, so on our lovely wheel, we have Invaded, we have Charge, we have Astral, we have Shapeshift, and we have Cryptids. And let's see.
You know, I wanted Invaded last week, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Invaded, I think, is mine. And,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have Earth is Being Invaded by Gina Marie Colvin Hill. We have How to Cleanse and Charge Crystals by Freedom Flower. We have Patriotic Shape-Shifting Astronaut by Madison Star Moon. We have The Angelic Initiative, episode 1251, Astral Breakdown. And then we have 8 videos of cryptids caught on camera. So we've got some lovely woo on the wheel. But
I am so disappointed.
Uh-oh.
Well, Charge had to be involving an animal weighing at least 2 tons, moving at least 40 miles an hour.
It's a lovely wheel we have tonight. So since we are lacking a tornado this evening, Bionic Dance, would you like to do the honor of the wheel incantation?
Well, let's make sure I remember how it goes. Wheel of misfortune, turn, turn, turn. Show us the stupid that we should burn. Spin it.
Perfect.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg.
No,
Race cars
wrong.
there. Anyway, I'll just stop.
Bionic Dance is wrong theme.
I
Do
know.
the tailspin theme.
I assure you I know this.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. We got Charge. I couldn't read it for a second. We got Charge. So let me get that video up here. All right. Okie dokie. Cernian says Bionic Dance nailed it. Sure
Rockin'.
did. You even got the
It's
spin it.
a
Most people
firing
forget
tornado.
most people forget the spin it at the end, and I can't spin it until somebody tells me to spin it.
Ah.
So are we officially firing tornado now?
Well, next time if I end up doing it, I'm going to say twirl it.
There you go. And I'll have to just figure out how to make it twirl. All right, so let me get that video brought up here. Bear with me one moment, and then we'll be all set. All right. Yeah, that one is How to Cleanse and Charge Crystals. Ooh. Sounds like a bunch of woo to me. Okay. So we'll hide our wheel by wheel. And then we'll bring up our video. Ta-da! Alrighty. Fantastic. Alright. Oh, that's not what I wanted to open. Voice meter. There we go. Alright, make sure I got all our volumes correct. I think we're good to go. And nope, there we go. Okay. Alrighty, so then we have here Chaz Sirius says, bye wheel. Yes, you have to say goodbye to the wheel. You have to be nice to it, otherwise it'll just be meaner to us.
Oh, if it's meaner, then that means it gets my video out of the way, because I don't think it could be any meaner than Gina.
Yeah, right? Alright, here we go.
All on my own, almost glad to be alone until
flower. So today I wanted to talk to you guys
Yeah,
about
we'll skip
how
her
I
music.
like to cleanse and clear my crystals.
She's quiet.
If you don't know what a crystal is something that comes from our earth. Yes, it literally grows from our earth. There are multiple kinds of crystals that you can come across. Each has their own unique healing properties and metaphysical abilities. Basically, crystals hold a very high vibrational energy that you can use for many different things. There are crystals
Okay,
for
drink.
love, there are crystals for
Drink.
setting intentions.
Like,
Alright.
wow, my first drink ever. Okay, if crystals hold this vibrating energy, I would have been able to use one for more recreational purposes. So, I'm wondering exactly how they're vibrating. Can we detect this?
You know, you asked the great questions. I'm just not sure that I or she has the answers. Brooke, you also had your hand up?
Yeah, just more kind of what Bionic already said, but also can I just go BS Gish Gallop?
Yeah.
Is that a fair drink call? Because I guarantee that she's gonna have way more BS she's gonna spew and just
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
It's always something. Well, let's continue on and see what else she's got here.
It's very important to keep it at its highest vibrational frequency. Reason being is because crystals can become very, very drained over time when you use them. You want to make sure that they are cleansed of past energies that you maybe were around last time you used them, or just while setting intentions and using them in general. Basically like little companions that are there to just help you emit positive energy and help you realign with yourself. There are so many different things people use them for. The point of all of it is to take this high frequency vibrational energy and channel it in ways that you want to use intentionally. Basically, crystals have the capability to harness this energy all around us. Everything we are and surrounded by is energy. We are energy. We are connected energy. And that energy...
Yes, Brooke?
I know I said it, and just... citation fucking beat it. I'm sorry. There's just...
Yeah.
There isn't anything that you can really, because everything you're saying is not accurate, and it's just spewing
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cernian in the side chat's got it already. What's she selling?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and too, not gonna lie, I call drink just to get a punch. Yes.
Well, we also have Kate, our Bionic Dance with the hand up. Sorry.
Either way, people switch back and forth. It doesn't matter. Kate, Bionic, BD, Bionic Dad, whatever you want to do. Just none of this Bionic dunce nonsense I've been saying, whatever. Yeah. Actually, I was curious though, because she sounds like she's describing the Force in a way. Everything around us is energy, and the crystals can store it, and so it just sounds like a Star Wars battery from the way she's describing it. And she says people use it for so many different uses, and she says there's multiple kind of crystals. I wonder if she gets into this crystal is for that kind of healing, that crystal's for that kind of healing, but only if you use this kind of vibrating energy. I'm wondering where, how detailed will she get?
Yeah.
Either too much so or not enough, one or the other, I think. We also have Purple with the hand up.
Yeah, Mark Beezer says I have a large number of different crystals. I have a vibration meter sitting on top of a large quartz crystal right now, and the meter reading is 0 hertz. But I think it only hurts when you drop it on your foot.
Oh my
But
goodness.
It hurts so good.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this about crystals. This is what I find interesting about them. I think they're absolutely beautiful. And they're amazing to look at, especially the nice polished and cut ones. Those look really nice. Like rose quartz is probably my favorite. But that's about it.
Well, I'd be a lot more impressed if it wasn't something pretty that held this energy, because crystals are very pretty and I can see why people might revere them. But if it was this shale that you can only find in Massachusetts, and it's very a dull grayish brown color, that's the magical vibration holding Force crystal. It doesn't look like a crystal, but trust us, it is. That'd be much more interesting, because then at least it's no one would decide that bit of shale was magical intentionally,
right?
Well, there's these black rocks that actually grew organically and then became rocks, and they contain energy. If you burn them, you can release it.
Do those come in a small size, maybe an et rather than a full size?
I mean, but if you do, you got to take it and drop it into a volcanic eruption, so you have a giant, nice diamond there, because then you'll get that pressure and heat from the volcanic eruption to make a diamond.
Right.
And no one ever thought about that, if that would ever be possible. Actually, I think it would take a lot more heat and pressure than an eruption, but
Right.
don't ruin my dreams. I don't come on this show for facts and science. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Well, shall we continue on?
Sure.
Nobody really
We must.
wants to, but we must.
Purple, your hand's still up.
Oh, yeah. Hand up, Purple.
Oh.
Is always emitted in crystals. It is very important to keep them charged if you want to use them for something that you would usually involve energy in. So obviously crystals aren't something that you're just going to snap your finger and bring around and they'll improve your life in a day. No. They're definitely something that you have to have ritual or practice with. If you were to start a practice every day to work and connect with your crystals on a personal level, you will definitely find that charging them and clearing them makes a huge difference. Each crystal individually is just so unique and they emit different energies, and I'm just so intrigued by it. So say that you're in a situation with a bunch of different people and you just feel extreme anxiety. What I like to do is always carry a crystal with me that I can keep in my pocket just to keep nearby. My crystals always make me feel at home when I'm in an uncomfortable atmosphere. I always make sure to carry them, whether it be jewelry, a necklace, a crystal itself. You can put them in your pocket and carry them with you. Crystals are
Yes, Brooke?
I guess I'm taking over Tornado's spot of call and drink every like 10
No,
seconds.
you're fine.
But basically what she's describing here is no more than a placebo effect.
Right.
That's it. But if they do hold energy and charge, I really must guess, what charging cable do they take? Or are they have their own some sort of charge that, could they power my whole apartment so I don't have to pay for electricity?
Yeah. I think she uses a lightning charger.
Maybe. Okay.
Bionic Dance, you had your hand up as well?
Along remarkably similar lines, how do you tell when it's charged? I don't see a percentage thing. I don't see a little battery icon. How do you tell when your crystal is charged?
Huh, that's a good question.
You feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you pick it up and you get an electrical shock, it was completely charged, but now you've just discharged it.
For some reason, there's been a lot of static electricity in here lately. My cats, especially Xander, are giving off just all kinds of sparkage when you pet them. It's weird.
Huh.
I'm thinking maybe I
Shocking.
can use my cat to power a crystal.
And there you
Maybe.
go. It might work.
But where
Well-
do you stick it on them to charge it?
Actually, if you have a cat, you've got
Don't
half
ask.
of a perpetual motion machine.
That's true. You just need some bread with
Yep,
butter.
you just gotta strap some buttered toast to their back.
I don't know. I could just strap both cats together.
Oh, that would work too.
Yeah, I suppose that would work.
I don't think they'd be too thrilled about that, though.
I've seen them I've tried to put that harness thing on them so I could walk them, and believe me, I know they don't like having anything on them like that.
My cat surprisingly loves his harness. He loves to go outside. He just thinks it's the greatest thing. He tries to get out all the time, so I take him out so he can kind of get his outsideness out.
Yeah,
I've tried to get my cat to that idea, and literally, I get him one step into the hallway, and he just digs his claws into the carpet
Oh, wow.
and freezes like a statue.
My little girl cat, she wants nothing to do with it. She is happy just to run and hide. But my boy cat, he's an adventurous one. He loves it. I open the door with his harness on him, and he just walks down the steps, goes out into the lawn, and just thinks it's the greatest thing ever.
Well,
If
see,
I could
Sammy
get my
would love to
cats
do that on his own. He just doesn't want to do it on the harness.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing, is if I could get my cats to take the harness, they would probably, well, no, Columbia would never go on a walk with me, but
Yeah.
Xander definitely would.
Yeah. It's weird. It's the same. My girl cat, she's like, no, she's not doing that. My boy cat, he doesn't care though. We call him, his nickname is just Zero Fucks, because he literally gives zero fucks about anything.
Well, then he clearly
Yeah.
doesn't need a crystal.
No,
See, I
definitely not.
had a peer who hated walks, but okay, she didn't hate them. She was the biggest chicken in the world. Like I'm not lying. I was walking her one time and a leaf, a itty bitty leaf that was probably smaller than her nose is, landed on her muzzle. She then took and dove between my legs to hide. She was the biggest chicken outside of the house, but in the house, she was the biggest, baddest, toughest dog in the world.
All right. Well, I think
And I'm not trying to stall.
I was gonna say, I think we've stalled enough. Unfortunately, we should probably get back to our video.
Okay.
Very, very important when it comes to your spiritual journey as well. They're one of the first things that I like to recommend to people. Usually quartz, because quartz is just like almost like a universal crystal that helps with so many different things. Okay, so when it all comes down to it, the first thing I'm going to be showing you is how you can clear your crystals. So one of the first things I like to use when cleansing my crystals is rose water. But I like to take my crystal and put it in a small
recommending
bowl,
quartz,
and
but
what
I
will
think if
do
you're
is
in
just
Europe, you can only get
practically rinse
liters.
it and just make sure it's fully saturated in the rose water.
It's pretty simple. I just dump my homemade rose water right on top of the crystal and fully saturate it.
You could always buy it pre-made, but I just like the whole process of intention setting while making my own rose water. If you guys would like to see how I make my rose water, please comment down below. Rose water is extremely amazing for cleansing your crystals. So another thing I like to use for cleansing my
drink.
crystals is
Yes.
She doesn't even a little bit say how.
No.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, okay, it's really good for clearing your crystals, but like she doesn't even get into different kinds of crystals, like or like, oh, with this energy you have to use it. You know, it's like, I don't know, if I was actually into this stuff, I'd be asking for more.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that she's full of crap, but I don't know. I mean,
It's probably
heck,
gonna end with
I get involved in enough geekery that I want to know the lore.
Right.
It's probably going to end with the buy my book for full details type thing.
Most likely.
Bionic. I can answer the question as to why she doesn't say the how. It's very simple. Rule number 1 of con artistry: don't give too many specific details.
Yeah.
Keep it vague, keep it general, because therefore you can twist it to argue you did not.
Yeah.
You know, if that were true, explain the Bible. That crap gets so detailed. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes people like what's that one? I think it was it like Hitler or someone who said hide the truth in a big lie or something? It was one of those dictator
Goebbels.
types.
I think
Yeah.
it was actually Goebbels, the propagandist for Hitler, but yeah.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
visit
his whole
tribute
thing
to
was like,
Hitler.
yeah, it's like it's easier to get people to swallow something if they don't recognize it because there's a much larger issue that superseded it.
Xenomorph is right. This isn't for skeptics. She doesn't have to explain it to true believers.
Yeah.
But she might be explaining it to noobs.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, true. Or they could just, if they're gonna buy into this, they'll be like, "Oh, that makes sense. That would cleanse it, and you soak it in, it takes out all that bad energy out. Oh, we're good."
Well, it is interesting how many like folk cures and this is anything other than science cures and everything are just something that makes you feel good about it. You know?
Yeah, it's a placebo. Like I said, oh, you have anxiety, hold on that crystal, and then you're gonna think, "Oh, no, I have my crystal. I'm good. I'm not anxious anymore."
Right.
And all that is just a simple redirection of your attention with your brain.
Right.
And if all these crystals need is energy, why can't you just put them on a battery charger?
That was my question too.
Wireless charger, you just set them on top.
Yep.
You know, I mean, a little quartz crystal, kind of the same shape and size as a AA. You just stick it in the charger and wait an hour.
Well, depending on how it's cut. That's the trick. I've seen some big quartz crystals. So.
Well, and it's those 9-volt crystals that'll really get you. Although you can stick your tongue on one of the little electrodes and it tastes funny, you know?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Anybody in the chat, please don't try that. That is not a brilliant idea. Although I know our chat is smart enough not to, but you never know who might come across this video.
Yeah.
It's worse if you try it on a car battery.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, well, you know, I've never felt the drive to do that, but I figure if I did, the wheels would come off. I'm just not going to open that door.
All of the terrible
okay,
puns.
okay. We just need to keep trucking along through this video.
Well, I punned us into not wasting time.
There you go.
I miss the crickets.
All right, well, let's continue on.
So if somebody hits you hard enough, do you become a pundit?
Well, actually, I try to be a pundit, but I'm really more of a punk who should be punched or punted for having pungent puns. You know, thrown into the penitentiary.
Oh my goodness. You're all gonna get thrown in the penitentiary tonight. Oh, jeez. All right. Let's continue on.
Recently made this bottle of moon water on the Aquarius full moon that just passed, and it is so powerful, you guys. The moon can emit so much energy and charge water just as well as it can charge crystals itself. So I like to take this, and sometimes I'll put peppermint.
Yes, Brooke.
Citation needed. So what if it's the Aquarius moon? Do you get a like a half batch if you do it under a Gemini moon because Gemini are the twins?
Yeah.
Or what about a Taurus? Is that just bad energy because bulls are always mad? Like, citation, please.
Yeah.
Just.
I don't think we'll get any of those.
For the record, my moon emits energy and water too, but not the way she means it.
Yeah. But that's only a full moon.
Well, after it's emitted the water, it's not full anymore.
Well, that's true.
You don't know my diet, Purple.
Okay.
True.
Let's move on before we become the butt of all the jokes.
Move on our bowels.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I would bring up cattle. Since I already brought up the bull, all I'm going to say is I don't want to have a beef with you, so let's move it on.
We're a little behind.
Oh dear. Well, you know, I mean, if she is going to be talking about moon energy, I have a feeling the appeal of this video is going to totally crater.
Oh my goodness. Soon we're gonna need a bad pun counter, I think.
Just as long as it isn't like a dollar jar, you know?
Yeah, like a swear jar.
Okay, I have a question. Do you have a counter that goes that high? Because it's gonna go across the screen.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know, not too long ago, I discovered that there is an integer called Snurgleplex, and it's the one immediately preceding infinity.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's also bullshit. I made it up. There's no number preceding infinity.
I'm like that.
Wait.
Well, okay, no integer. No integer immediately preceding. Never mind. I'll just be over here.
All right, we banish you to the corner.
All right. Well, let's continue on.
Oil in mine, peppermint essential oil. Peppermint essential oil is so powerful and so good for charging water, especially under the full moon. If you don't know how to make moon water or you've never used it before, I will definitely leave my video in the description box below on how I make mine. This is another very, very powerful way you can charge your crystals.
So I like to take it just as I would with my rose water and fully saturate the surface of the crystal. You don't have to use moon water, you can use tap water as well. It's just as effective.
Wait,
drink.
So then what was the point of the moon water?
Exactly, and I also have a delayed drink. I mean, I was like, I gotta let it run a little bit. Can't call it like half a second in because I'm sorry, the whole essential oil BS.
Yeah. I don't understand if tap water is just as effective as moon water, then why bother making moon water? I mean,
okay,
exactly.
If you're concerned about its energy conductive characteristics, tap water is not going to be the same because depending on your location, it will have a different mineral content, which will affect how it will conduct electricity or other energies.
Yeah, that's true.
So, okay, so she's busted. We know she's full of bullshit now.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone was wondering, we have scientifically deduced it now.
All right, let me see. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. Yes, bionic dance.
Yeah. So she keeps saying, now maybe this is just me being pedantic, but she keeps saying saturate the crystal, and all we see is her pouring stuff over it. She doesn't even pour in enough to cover it. So like to immerse it. So how is it getting saturated exactly? I mean, maybe she's just using the word wrong, but
Yeah, I think she might be. I think she just is making shit up. So, Brooke, you had your hand up.
Yes, and I will fully accept whatever my punishment might be for this, but I have to say it. Since we're talking about all this woo stuff and power and energy and all that, mixed with emotions, I just have a question. I just gotta know, what crystal do I use for the power of love? And I will see myself out now for that.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't resist, and it was there.
Well, let's see what else she's got. We've got Sage coming up next, so there's got to be something. Got to be something good coming up.
So another way I like to charge and cleanse my crystals is sage.
Like I mentioned in my last video, sage can be extremely cleansing and extremely peaceful. It's very good for just pushing out those old negative energies or just any energy that you may have carried around with you.
Wait, drink.
That's it? Yes.
Drink. She was not even, like, the smoke wasn't even getting to the crystal. like it didn't touch the crystal at all. What is she cleansing with her sage?
Are you supposed to just wave it over it? Is that... I mean, I don't know how
to
that's
be
even
fair,
Maybe the link to how to do it is in her video.
To be fair, if the smoke doesn't actually touch it, that's better, because if you're trying to cleanse it, you really don't want the smoke particles clinging to it, do you?
Well, it depends on what you're trying to get rid of.
Oh, that's true. Well, I didn't think about that.
I mean, for all we know, sage gives it like a nice kick when you actually use it.
Yeah. I don't think we'll ever know.
Well, actually, I mean, heck, I could go down to the dispensary, get a little bit of weed, some rolling papers, and give sage a try. It'll probably not go well for me, but...
Probably not. Oh, dear.
So if we're using spices, does that mean that it knows what... And this is a rock, we're using spices? So we know what the rock is cooking up tonight.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
I don't know. I'm just trying and failing to make a Dune reference if we're talking about spices.
Glober Mom says it's a spiritual cleansing, I believe, not a literal one. Yeah, I mean, I guess, maybe. I'm not too sure, but it's possible. Well,
yeah, actually, I've went through a lot of this stuff in my pagan days. And I tried all this with charging the crystals and the healing energy of crystals and all that. And it's like, yeah, that's why I gave it up, because I could never get repeatable results no matter what you do.
Right.
It was kind of like after spending, a half hour of just sitting there with our hands on the planchette thing and the Ouija board, like, didn't tell us a damn thing. We're all like, what, are we supposed to push it ourselves?
Right. All right. Well, let's continue on then.
So another pretty simple way of charging crystals is using another crystal that is capable of doing so. So the top crystal that I like to use for charging my crystals is citrine. I definitely recommend in purchasing one, as they are very effective with charging your crystals.
So
another method I like to use is pure sea salt. You can either use sea salt with water, or you can do a salt ring. I personally like the sea salt ring, but it's all up to your personal preference. Another very effective method I like to use, and a very common one, is charging my crystals in the sun. You can pretty much just put them along your windowsill, or you can put them outside if you'd like. It's all up to you, but as long as you're letting them soak up that solar energy.
Yes, Brooke?
Where's the goddamn solar panels on there? I'm sorry. All I can think of is a crystal as it sits in there, you stick a solar panel on it to charge it. Like,
yeah.
But where's the USB port for the crystal so I can, like, power my phone with it after it's been charged in the sun?
Yeah.
That's been asked and answered, so... Well, it's been asked. I don't know if it was really answered.
Right.
Well, I assure you, I was just being silly. I never
No,
expected an answer whatsoever.
There you go.
I'm just. You're new. We got to give you a hard time.
I suppose.
So
Just so long as I don't have to clean up afterward, I don't want KP duty.
well, we had Renee and me who says, just out of curiosity, I had to check. Yes, you can actually purchase moon water on eBay. Well, that's sad.
I mean, it's because sure you can find anything on the internet, and
Yeah.
I've been saying I should have started a Woo channel. I could be selling little bottles of various colored water for $100 each.
Yeah, right?
yeah, I mean, it's if
You
we
just
weren't,
have to have a good story.
and but there's also a problem with that, Purple. You're too honest.
Yeah, I know. The reason I'm broke is I have ethics. I've had
Yeah.
lots of
Yeah.
opportunities to make money, but
Oh
you know,
yeah,
screwing over a bunch of people, often who had less money than I did, just doesn't feel right.
yeah. I've sat there and been like, if I wanted to start a Woo channel, how fast would that grow? Especially if I got it into not just Woo, but the conspiracy side of things.
Right.
Like, just go down
Lizard
all
people
that.
running the government.
Yeah.
Oh, I would go-
Hashtag not all saurians.
I would go down every rabbit hole I could
Mhm.
find, even down to the whole. There's someone on there who thinks that basically time is sped up, and that 24 hours is not what we would call 24 hours because, like, if you count to four, the whole one Mississippi thing, it's. You count a lot slower than what you did then and everything, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he is. If anybody knows from that who I'm talking about, I feel sorry for you that you watch that channel.
Right.
Not a clue. But I just in the moments while we've been talking about it, I thought up an entire Woo lore thing in my head, just like if I wanted to peddle it, it's like, okay, time is not completely solid. It has divisions, much like frames in a movie, and between those frames, there's an entire other universe. So if you can unstick yourself in time, you can meet the creatures that actually pull the strings behind the scenes that live in between time. I could totally
Yeah.
sell that.
Like this, and also the guy I'm talking about, he thinks every animal is fake.
Oh, Hans Worm hat.
Right?
Yeah,
Actually, it's mostly black and white animals he picks on.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's most of them. I guess he ran out of black and white animals and he's going to gray now because he's picking on koalas last time I saw.
Oh well, he thinks orangutans and gorillas and everything like that are all fake too. So
Yeah.
he's just, it's. Oh, and platypus, can't forget them. They're fake
Yeah.
as well.
But
And toucans.
But wait, are they fake as in they don't exist, or are they fake as in they're all robots or something?
The chimpanzees are supposedly little people in fursuits. Gorillas are either animatronics or are someone in a fursuit. Basically thinks that all the apes out there are basically a bunch of furries.
Yeah,
It's the best
toucans
way to-
are a regular bird that somebody has glued an obscenely large beak onto.
Yeah,
My
All for the
goodness.
purposes of selling breakfast cereal.
exactly.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem with him is it's like he never explains why anyone would go through the effort
Yeah.
to do these hoaxes or what the payoff would be to anyone.
Well, that's the thing I often wonder about, like flat earthers, is okay, people faked it and the earth is flat. Why? Why are they telling people that the
Yeah.
earth isn't flat? It's like they never get into that part, or at least not that I've ever
It's-
heard. They just seem to think, no, the earth is flat, that's that. And for some reason, people want to lie about it. That seems to be their
Bionic.
whole premise. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Bionic. They do it because it's Satan in charge,
Yeah.
trying to convince the world that it's round to therefore basically disregard God's word.
Ah, of course. Of course.
Yeah,
Makes
the
plenty of
hiding god.
sense. Well, apparently,
Although he's not Hans Worm Hat now anymore, he is. Take the morsel and repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, basically, and that's his
yeah.
whole new channel spiel thing.
Sounds like how the Mormons tried to rebrand themselves recently, and it got to like 8 words long. What you're supposed to call them or
Oh,
something?
jeez.
Yeah. I love how we're stalling this woo with other woo.
Well, let's
Woohoo.
continue on and see what other woo she's got.
Of course, charging under the sun, then you're good to go.
Moonlight.
So after I clear my crystals when I run them underwater, I like to set them out under the moonlight. The clearing method is just for clearing off negative energies. Setting it under the moonlight is to charge it up for next rituals or practices that you decide to use them for.
Drink.
Yes, bionic
Okay.
dance.
The light coming off the moon is reflected off the sun. Why not just stick them in the sun? Does the light get altered somehow? It hits the sun, changes frequency, and now it cleanses crystals instead of energizes them? How the frick does this work, lady?
Oh, man.
Well, see,
Simple.
after it bounces off the moon, then it's filtered.
Yeah.
Ah.
See, the moon is a filter because you're basically using what it is now it's no longer sunlight, it's moonlight, which basically is rock light, which therefore finds all the crystals and helps charge them that way. I could be a good woo peddler.
Oh, like if you can improv bullshit, you could peddle woo to anybody.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
true.
much. And that was straight all off the top of my head. I was like, I was just making them as I went along.
Yeah. Cernian says the moon has a woo filter. Yeah, that's. I don't have a good answer for that. But let's see. We're getting into Earth now. Apparently, you can just stick them in the dirt. Isn't there that where?
Please tell me wind and fire's coming next.
I was. Dang it, Bionic, you beat me to the punch.
My goodness. Here we
Hey,
go.
okay. It can't be coming up because we don't have September yet.
Last but not least, I like to take my crystals and cover them in earth. Plants, dirt, any form outside. It's just really good to let it get connected to the earth and soak up those ions.
Yes, Brooke.
If you're trying to cleanse them, which would be clean them and keep them in proper working order, why the hell would you pour dirt on them?
Well, and I mean, charging them, if you put them in the sun, sure. If you put them in the moon, sure. If you cover them up, sure. How do you not charge a crystal? And if you bury them under the earth, do you have to plant a little flag to make sure you find it again?
Right. Yeah, it seems like everything just about cleanses a crystal or charges a crystal. Well, I think we're almost finished with her video here. Let's see if she gets to a point, or at least sells her shit.
Alright, you guys, so that pretty much sums it up for today. That's how I like to clear and charge my crystals. I really hope that this video could help some of you guys out there figure out how to connect with crystals in each and every unique way, or help you find and discover how you can connect with crystals individually in your own time and in your own space. Like I always say, you guys, do a good deed, spread that lunar love, and peace and love, man.
Well, I mean, I'm honestly surprised she didn't try to sell her shit at the end.
Yeah.
I thought
I actually wasn't. I'll be honest. She kept saying, here's how to get recipes for free. I was like, I don't think she's selling squat. This is just a tutorial.
Yeah.
Well, I figured if she was going to give the tutorial for free, then she'd be selling the crystals at the end.
Right. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, but
yeah, I expected a commercial at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and take that.
Jinzu said they're playing in worm poop.
Oh, jeez.
Which, to be accurate, is what topsoil is, yes.
It is.
The worm is the crystal.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, it's just, that was...
Sorry, I was going for the worm is spice, but whatever.
Cajun Crustacean said the crystals get homesick, so you have to bury them for a bit.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, shall we try to spin the wheel again and see what else we get for tonight?
All right.
Sounds good.
Oh, you want me to do it again, do you?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
well,
sure. Why not?
Wheel of misfortune, turn, turn, turn. Show us the lesson, or the lesson that we should learn. No, show us the stupid that we should learn. Sorry, I'm an Animaniacs kid. All right.
I was like, I always think right here, and I'm like, I can't do this because I would do Wheel of Morality.
I got so close and almost got all the way through it, but just couldn't. Animaniacs took over my brain. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama.
Okay, so next time you got to try to do it in Yako's voice.
There you go.
Okay, so just give it a whirl.
All right.
Spin it.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, tailspin. Oh, tailspin. Anyway.
Life through thick and thin. It's another tailspin.
Cryptids.
Yay, we got cryptids.
Yeah,
Alright.
Okay, I put this one on there. I did not actually watch it. I just clicked some random spots on it to see what was going on. So I saw a couple of random freeze frames of it is all.
The invaded one, that's kind of what I did. But I figured with the person who it was,
Right.
Well, I really don't want to watch it, because I want to have the same reaction everyone else is when we're on the show. So
Yeah.
I understand.
Understandable.
I just saw the title and was like, yeah, that's a movie night title.
Now, you said that this is like a series of short clips of cryptids and not just one big long video about one of them, right?
Yeah.
So basically it's Cryptid Bits.
yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm never going to be on the show again, am I?
Oh no, you fit in perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, if those are the Cryptid Bits, where are the Cryptad Bits?
It seems like a good Halloween candy, doesn't it, Cryptid Bits?
Yeah.
It does. Okay, if we see Cryptid Bits anywhere, we gotta sue for rights. We came up with it first.
Exactly.
Darn right we did.
And then I gotta question what marketing executives are watching our show.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, I think we're all set here. If you guys are ready, we'll get started.
Okay.
All
Roll
right.
video.
Sound would help. There we go.
Is that music?
I think it's just the intro.
Okay, filmmaking 101. Your intros should be shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're still on intro. There we go.
Spirit leaving body.
Uh-huh. Huh.
Well, I'm going out for popcorn.
Oh my goodness. It's so fake.
Yeah.
Ah.
I could do that in my living room with stuff I just have here on the desk.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no, that's not true. I'd need a couch.
There you go. That's true. Oh, yeah, that's pretty rough. I mean, that was obviously blatantly fake.
Can I make a prediction?
Sure.
Everything we're gonna see today, and this, at least in this little video, maybe not all today, but in this little section, if it is obviously fake or could easily be altered somehow with whether it be someone dressing up, such as the infamous Bigfoot footage, or the one where he looks back, we know that was someone dressed up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just call and ask and answer on that one? Because I feel
Yeah,
it's gonna be
maybe.
every single one. Like, I saw the person sit up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's just an overlay footage. That's all you did.
Colorado biker prepper says that's not a spirit. He just farted. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, wouldn't we have seen the covers below though?
Yeah, maybe.
No, not necessarily.
No?
Or are you talking about with the second footage?
Actually, I was just being silly.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you were me. I'm like, well,
No,
technically
no,
if it's a screen and then you just have someone sitting up like that. It's a
Yeah.
very simple thing to do.
Okay, let's see what the next one I got is.
Overlay of it.
Let's move on. Forest Stalker.
A creature stalking a moose. Is that a moose?
Up in the foreground, I think, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a moose grazing by the side of the road.
Oh,
There's some
okay,
kind of a white thing moving behind him.
I see that. It looked like a cow. I couldn't see the horns, the
Yeah.
antlers, whatever.
it looks like very bad amateur animation trying to be thrown in there because it's so jerky.
Yeah.
It's like,
Could easily just be a marionette from the trees.
Yeah.
or that too. But it's too jerky to be anything like real.
Well, yeah, I think it's probably put in post-production just because the moose is not reacting to something moving behind it.
Right.
That makes
And if even a twig cracked, the moose would be looking at it.
Yeah. Video 3, unexplained wailing in the forest.
Like just some kid who didn't want to go camping with his parents.
Yeah, right? We haven't even watched it yet. Yes.
It's their description. They put possible Sasquatch or Wendigo.
Mm-hmm.
I am sorry, but if you confuse a Sasquatch with a Wendigo, then you have no business making a cryptid video
Right.
because of the fact that they are two different things and two different mythologies that they're from.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering about the thing about whaling in the forest because, I mean, obviously, if you're going to go whaling, you need to go on the ocean.
Oh my goodness.
What about that wall? I'll be over here. I don't know.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go, guys.
What that is? I'm scared.
The cameraman has asthma?
Maybe. I'm like, but even there, that's not hard to do. Get a boombox, stick it up behind where like those trees are somewhere, and then it would reverberate through the trees and make that sound. This is so easy to duplicate. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Okay, the side chat's a little behind, but Colorado Biker said about the last one, that's a bestiality freak trying to stalk the moose.
Oh, jeez.
Thing is, like that sound that we're hearing, I just make that right now. It's just a matter of inhaling funky. The animation I'm working on, there's some aliens that speak. They just go like that.
Right.
It's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and like I said, you put that on a thing on loop, on repeat through like a boombox, and you put it out of ways. Congrats, you just made the wailing in the woods.
Yeah, I've been trying to work on a bunch of different alien languages, and one of them was just working on sounds that are made only when you're inhaling.
Huh. Well, let's see. Kate, you have your hand up?
Oh no, I forgot to take
okay.
it down. Sorry.
No problem. Just want to make sure. All right. Well, let's see. We got Haunted Doll in Chair. So let's see what we
Okay,
got with
I'm not
that.
gonna like this one.
I don't like dolls. They creep me out.
I hate them too. But that's because of my sister, what she did to me when I was younger.
Never watched Child's Play, have we?
Oh, I have. But that's what my sister did. Is we were walking out from the basement. She had her baby doll with her when she was younger, and she shook it, threw it backwards, and yelled, "It's trying to kill me!" So I see a doll flying at my face, where I'm like, "Ah." And I've been petrified of them since.
Oh, look, it's moving. Shocker.
Oh, look, the video is really hard to see and very
Yeah.
indistinct and blurry. Imagine.
It hides the fishing line better.
Yeah.
What about right there? Little 5-pound test line,
Well,
super thin, can't see.
all right. I want to point out that, this person has quite a setup here. There's 3 monitors on the right hand side, and some pretty sophisticated looking equipment, at least pretty decent. But the camera quality here is shit. Why?
Yeah.
Well, and they said it's his surveillance camera. Why is his surveillance camera pointing at his own workstation?
Right. It's just, come on. At least make it a little bit more realistic.
If you had it up in the corner pointing out into the room, maybe I would believe that.
Right.
Unless the only thing I can think of is if that is a door to the outside and it would be like a walk-in part, so you have it covering the door. Only thing I can think of. And that's being as generous as possible.
Like patio doors?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. I'm trying to be as generous as possible here.
Yeah, it would have made a lot more sense if the camera had been covering the door to the room and the chair was next to the door.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just poorly set up. Let's see here what else we got.
Did they add spooky
Nothing's
sound
close to
effects?
camera. I'm gone.
Yeah, of course they did.
Okay.
Werewolf
Ooh,
on
werewolf.
lawn.
Rolling around, eh? I don't usually think of werewolves as rolling around.
Why is that automatically a werewolf?
Yeah, what makes it a werewolf and not just a large dog?
Right?
Well, okay, to be fair, it does look like... Oh, no.
Okay, now it's
Never mind.
standing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now it looks even more
Or
fake.
do we- yeah, like
Yeah.
either horrible CGI or someone doing some really bad acting dressed up.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen cosplay where you can get like extensions for your limbs so you can walk like a quadruped, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I think that's just a person in a costume.
yeah, that's about my best guess. Because if it was an actual werewolf based on mythology and lore, and going on that, that's all we really have. He would not be living right now. They would hide in the woods or hide in the shadows, and then if you see him like that out in the light, yeah, you're dead.
Cernian says it was a bear.
Then how is he still alive too? Bears are... Sorry, you don't screw with bears.
Cajun
They don't
Crustacean
play.
says werewolf? They're wolf.
No. Crustacean. Get it right. The wolf. The castle.
Yeah. Well, let's see what else we got. Next we got werewolf corpse. Not much information is known about this clip. Shocking. Let's see.
just like to see one that's indecently high res, thanks.
It's not.
What on earth?
I think it's a sea lion.
Maybe. I'm not sure what it is. It's not a werewolf, but again,
Well, just assuming that's the snout we were looking at.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. It looks
Okay,
like it
on
was
that
recorded
last
on
one.
like VHS in
Yeah.
1987.
yeah, like it's not great
Yeah.
footage quality either, but based on that, and if we're going with again based on the lore of werewolves, upon death, here's the thing: when they die, they revert back to their human form.
Well, it does depend on which werewolf lore, though. I mean, heck, Chinese vampires hop. Who knows what they do as werewolves?
Okay, I'm going off of the more
That's true.
understood. So if you're gonna do something like that, do more right.
Yeah. It just looks
Yeah,
all
Kitsumi
fake.
Cavalier says sea lion shaped garbage.
It kind of looked like something inside of like a black trash bag almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking that,
it's
or
weirdly
almost,
shiny.
Yeah.
I was like, it almost, or to an extent, or what I kind of thought it was, I thought it was like maybe like a bear or a wolf type animal, but it got covered in tar or something, and that's
Right.
kind of what it looks like. And then it kind of the tar dried around it and gave it that kind of glistening type
Oh,
coat.
how about a sea lion that got caught in an oil spill?
Oh, that could
Something
be
like
too.
that, yeah, like oil or tar or something. Yeah, that would make perfect sense too.
Yeah.
Way more
Yeah,
logical
that would
than
explain the
werewolf.
shiny.
Yeah. And I was thinking oil, not tar. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me. I was like, I don't know. Something
Fusar
like,
says it's a
Well,
drunk sloth.
what is it even sitting in? I can't tell what we're looking at just in terms of the
Yeah.
terrain.
yeah.
It looks like one of those weird sort of ditches or culverts or something that
Mhm.
they have in places that need like a canal or something.
Well,
Like,
that's kind of what I was thinking, but yeah, they didn't really show the area very well.
No. Well, let's continue on and see what other lovely cryptids we have this evening. Bigfoot.
Okay, Kate Stool is trolling you in the side chat.
Oh, I'm well aware. What are they even staring at right now?
I'm not sure.
I mean, okay, now they seem a little interested.
Right. This is Bigfoot on a hill, but I don't see it.
I saw something at the beginning when we think something peeking around, but
Ah.
There.
Movement.
Okay, now,
that could easily be a bear.
yeah,
Like
is
up in
this
a
even the
tree.
same video? It seemed like the image quality changed there.
I think they zoomed in.
Yeah, I
is
think
what
it's
it
just
looks
from
like.
Zoom, digital Zoom.
And besides,
No, like if that was Bigfoot, I mean, I couldn't even tell its shape very much. It might have had
Yeah.
limbs, it might have had a head, but I don't know what was
I
there.
was like,
Yeah.
if anything, it looks like it might be a wolf, but I solved the cryptid of Bigfoot. I found them. Me, I got size 12 wide women's heels, so yeah, I got big feet. That counts as Bigfoot, right?
Yeah. Ah, dear. I think I think they're just making shit up, but
What? You mean someone on the internet isn't being honest?
I know.
My
Imagine.
whole life is now a
Oh,
lie.
baby Bigfoot.
Baby
There we
Bigfoot.
go.
This has got to be a cute one. I'm sorry.
Peekaboo. Oh my goodness. What is it supposed to be carrying the baby? Yes, there we go.
It's the gorilla suit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see where the head goes on.
Yeah, they
Not
went to
only
the zoo
that-
and they filmed a gorilla running around.
Yeah.
And not only that, based upon all the reports of Bigfoot and based on what appears to be, from what I can tell of them, their average human height. Bigfoot is supposed to be like 8, 9 feet tall.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I'm sorry, I love cryptids. I find them interesting, so I love reading the lore on them.
I think that's all of them for this
I've
video.
decided.
Okay.
That's the
Yep.
end of it.
That one.
Oops, wrong button. No, go away.
Yeah, no plugging your Patreon. Don't care.
They
Well, that's
always
about
do.
what I was expecting, and sadly, no dinosaurs.
No dinosaurs, I know. Very upset about that.
No. Purple, don't you pay attention to all the crazy, young Earth creationist people? The Confederates killed them all.
Ah, is that what happened?
Yeah, they shot down pterodactyls and everything and took pictures with them and posing with them.
Oh, jeez.
That was a pterosaur, wasn't a dinosaur.
All right. Well, what do you guys think? Do we want to do one more for tonight?
Sure.
I've got the energy.
All right.
I want the invaded one.
Let me.
Why not? We're here. We're awake. Might as well watch something.
All right. Let me bring up the wheel again. Bear with me one moment, and I'm getting that here now. Look at our pretty wheel. Actually, it's only ugly colors left, but you know.
Cernian says the recordings are real. The explanations are shit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sounds about right.
Take that back there. Pink is on there, at least what appears pink on my screen, and pink's a great color. You take that,
One,
back.
well,
They
that one's
got a
showing
pretty
up as more reddish. I like pink, but that one's more red, and I'm not a
I'd say
like
it's a
red.
coral.
coral.
Okay.
All right. I could, just be partially colorblind.
Oh, wait. I thought you meant on the wheel.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
reddish.
let's just go for the invaded.
Yeah, I wanted
Brooke
to see
said-
that last week.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
wanted to see it last week, and Brooke said that was one that she sent in, so we should watch it while Brooke's here.
All right. Let me get that one up here.
And I do not apologize for who it is.
Yeah, she's always lovely.
I want to
She's a
bring
winner.
on my return back, my glorious return to movie night. I want to inflict pain and damage upon people.
Right. All
I'm a
right.
Slytherin, so
Okay, Kitsumi Cavalier says it's salmon.
All right, we'll go with salmon. That sounds good to me. All right. We got our lovely video up here. We got Gina Maria Calvin Hill. All right. Here we go. Chaz says hi wheel, and then now you gotta say bye wheel because we made it go away already.
yeah, by wheel.
All right.
We're getting the more painful one out of the way now, so it might be nicer next week.
Yeah, right.
Having heard her speak before, I find it amazing that she really has the brain capacity to remember a name that long.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure I'm familiar with this one, so let's see.
She's a piece of work. So let's get into it here.
Okay.
There is a movie on the Science Channel that I showed clips of a couple years ago when it first came out. If Aliens Invaded the Earth, and I would highly encourage you to go watch it. It's 43 minutes long. And when I first saw it, it was very unsettling in my spirit. It has a lot of key players in it, a key information that is very, very relevant. It speaks about dark matter and how to harness the energy from it. It talks about how if a species, an alien species, could travel across the universe to here, then they have certain technology that they could use.
Like interstellar travel technology?
You might have
Yeah.
watched it. It talks about how they disperse their little pod-like things with spikes on them.
Okay,
It
Drink.
talks.
Yes, bionic dance.
What? I mean, okay, like. She says they're pod things with spikes on them, but they're little. Are they nanobots or are they like single-person vehicles? What the hell is she talking about?
No one ever knows.
And also, if sleeping pills took human form, they'd hate her too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, her voice is putting me right the hell to sleep.
Oh,
It
I
really
know.
is.
Yeah, she's sometimes she's more animated, but even still it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Mark Baser is calling in an asteroid strike just to get out watching this video.
I don't blame him. Brooke, you had your hand up?
Yeah, on the whole bit about technology, like she's surprised that they would have technology that we could probably only dream of. Because if they're that advanced to come to us, one, what the hell do they want with us? Because they're coming a long way out of their way to see us, and that to me just does not seem like a good thing.
Right.
I don't know, maybe I watched too many Hollywood movies. Sorry. They could be peaceful, I don't know. But I want to assume that they aren't until they're shown otherwise.
Yeah.
And if they can travel that far, yeah, what else do they have? Because yeah, they're gonna put you into submission one way or the other, and odds are it probably won't be nice either way.
Right.
The only justification I could see for them putting forth the resources to come to Earth is for a trade in exotic pets.
Well, I mean,
you know how
maybe-
much people will spend for exotic pets, like an animal from the Amazon.
Right.
So how much do you think somebody would pay for the status symbol of an animal from another planet?
Well, or
Yeah.
maybe they're just, alien Starfleet exploring the universe. I mean, who knows what their motivations are? Assuming, of course, they exist at all. Which is one thing that I was curious about, because, like she says, if they traveled across the universe, right now I'll settle for them traveling across just our galaxy, not the whole damn universe. Because if
Right.
they can traverse the whole universe, that's rather more impressive, and I'd be much more frightened of aliens that can do that versus ones that came here from Proxima Centauri.
Yeah, and to comment on what Purple said about the exotic pet thing, I vote no. I've seen Trebles. No, we are not dealing with that.
So, Kate, that's why you're not impressed with me?
Well, it's funny because, like, I know some people kind of object to the Big Bang Theory, but I like the show. And there was one episode where Sheldon mentioned that he had thought about it and he would be willing to be a pet to an intelligent race of of aliens, an intelligent race of aliens, because he likes having his belly rubbed.
That's
Well,
true.
I'm an exchange student from Proxima Centauri. I'm just here to do my thesis work on primitive cultures.
I assure you would be much more impressed if it was Zeta Reticuli. Just saying.
Well, let's continue on and see what else she's got here.
It's about how they are lined up perfectly around the Earth in a net-shaped form, net pattern, and that they are a collective, and that they've harnessed the power of the collectiveness, and there is no dissension. And dark matter is a big focus, and it's an eye-opener, you all. It is. I would encourage you to watch it because it's kind of what's happening right now, is what it's kind of like. And there is we have been invaded. Okay, we have.
Cheapers.
And a plan.
When you start referencing Invasion of the Body Snatchers as your evidence, I think you've lost the point.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, really, you're going there. If you're gonna at least do it, and you're gonna use an older movie, at least get it one that's so bad it's good.
Right.
The Blob, maybe. The Steve
Yeah.
McQueen version.
Oh no, I wasn't going the Blob. No, so bad it's good that they even show you how to destroy the aliens with like yodeling opera music.
Right.
And if you know what movie that is, I applaud you. Do it.
Yeah, she thinks that
Mars
science
act.
science fiction is actual science.
Well,
Yes, I mean,
what's
she
this
keeps
weird
saying,
thing she
like,
does?
this is what, like, she says, this is why everything that's going on is going the way it's going on. And I'm like, what? What
Yeah.
exactly? I mean, what are you blaming on these aliens?
Well, and it's like she states something as a possibility, and then as soon as she's finished that sentence, then she's suddenly convinced that that's the
Yeah. Like, oh, it's
You know,
possible,
it's
but
like,
no, it's
is
really
she
that.
convincing herself as she goes along?
I think so.
And I'm sorry I picked such a bad Gina video. I thought the title that was like the title's like, okay, are you kidding me? I'm like, this is movie night title alone, and the person who is, it's like it's Gina and the title. Like,
Yeah.
that's perfect movie night combo. But she's really disappointing me.
To be fair, it is giving me one hell of a laugh.
Well, there you go.
True,
That's-
she's pretty good for that.
Well, let's see what else we got here from her.
Has been implemented. And I do feel within my being that alien technology is at work here.
Drink,
From a-
drinky, drinky, drinky. Were those
Yes.
Reese's peanut butter cups on the screen? What the hell were those circly things? Were those
I
the
don't
spiky
know.
like? Oh my goodness!
They kind of look like
Anyway,
dryer
that's-
balls.
I swear that is it. Like except for that one on the lower right, those are clearly Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, let's see what else. We got Brooke with the hand up first.
Yeah, Bionic. Out of everything there, of what she just said and what has happened so far, your drink call is the graphic in the corner.
Yeah.
Whoa,
You're gonna-
I'm sorry, but I'm looking at it, and actually,
Yeah.
though, that light-colored one, you know what they might be is those weird foot massager balls. You know the ones
yeah.
with the little like
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
well, I'm sorry. Yes, I called drink on the graphic because maybe I'm just hungry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, out of everything it's your drink call. You can make it. I'm nothing wrong with it. I just was like, and then
Yeah.
she just said that they're already here, and then you call drink, so I'm like, oh, she got my drink call, and then you point out that I'm like, okay, all right, my drink call's still valid. So yeah, drink on they're already here,
Yeah.
or excuse me, it's on the they're here.
Hmm.
Well, let's see what else we got here.
They're viruses that had a transporter malfunction, so they got delivered as
Ah.
being 3 inches in diameter.
That must be it.
Well, you know, I've often said for the last 2 years now that if COVID were big enough to shoot, rednecks would love it.
Yeah,
It's
True.
true. You're not
Sure.
wrong.
From a species that means to harm humanity and rid humanity
Rid
of its
humanity of
essence
what?
within.
Oh, okay. Oh, well,
Earth
the
is
essence
under
within.
attack. Humanity is under attack. I would encourage you to watch that video again and please pay very careful attention to the people that you see
Okay,
because they
drink.
have played a key
yeah.
Now,
you go.
maybe it's just me, but I've been watching her body language and her facial expressions, and it seems like every half second she's trying really hard to not break into a grin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now this pause to gather her thoughts just
Yeah.
seems, I don't know.
Yeah, she's a winner, all right. Brooke,
I mean,
yeah,
it
do you-
reminds me of me when my memory is going haywire.
Yeah,
But at least I have the excuse of brain damage. What about her?
right.
It's maybe a preemptive one, but the way she's wording it with the whole you'll look at the players and all of these alien people, I'm going to do a preemptive drink on lizard people.
Yeah.
Okay, I will see that and raise you Illuminati.
There you go.
Oh, the Illuminati. Yeah, you win that one, but I don't know if she's going to go that far.
Well, let's see what she does go to here. Let's see.
role.
She's
So with
trying
that
not to
being
laugh.
said-
Look at her.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. I will put the link here. You can even just type in the phrase. Thank you.
Yes, please put the link in your video so we can all click it because you're a nincompoop.
There-
I actually have another one from her. I think it was around the same time. It was Earth is being invaded. If you want to see if maybe she gets some
'cause
more into it.
I'm sorry. I failed this one. I failed you all.
I don't know. I'm just. I
no,
wonder
it's
if there's
exactly what we
one
expected
body.
of her.
Yeah.
If Earth is under attack, show me one body, lady.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean, she said they're here to attack our essence within. All right, show me one vial of human essence.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
I don't know about
like the Homo sapiens. I don't know.
Yeah.
but
Why does she wind up using old moving posters for her
Yeah, she
proof?
does that a lot.
I don't know. But bionic dance. I can't show you human essence, but I can show you ever essence.
Yeah. All
I know a
right.
lot of people who are into Evanescence.
That's what I meant, Evanescence. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
A
Let's
little
see
bit
though.
of-
Maybe she'll get into, the actual invasion here,
Maybe.
or not. But
I think that Earth has been invaded
Drink.
by bodies.
Yes.
One, that whole sentence there, but two, she thinks.
Hmm. She doesn't think, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she does seem to be changing up whether she knows it or thinks it or guesses it or feels it.
It's true.
So-
Yeah. I'm not sure she's aware there's a difference between those terms.
No.
Hmm.
Snatchers. It's invasion of the body snatchers
Oh my god.
from a species that came from another world, another dimension. And you may ask, how did they?
Yes, Brooke.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I keep going drink. So basically she's saying that a movie poster
Mm-hmm.
predicted the future?
She's just using it as
is
her
that
proof,
what
I think.
Yeah, it
Oh.
seems like she's saying that the poster is what gave her the notion that there are body snatchers.
Yeah.
So basically the movie was a documentary to her?
Apparently.
Oh, God, that's
It's like the
Well-
historical records from Galaxy
Yeah.
Quest.
What keeps popping into my head is They Live, where it's like, oh yeah, they made a movie about their invasion to lull us into a sense of false security.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, yeah, They Live and Mars Attacks. That's
Oh my goodness.
so many classics like that.
Yeah.
But we did come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I think we're all out of bubblegum.
Get here? How did they get here? They were let in. Somebody let them in. Somebody
Wait,
invited them in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let them in. I mean, like from another dimension or something. Did they not show up on spaceships? Where did these aliens come from?
That's what
We
I
just
was
let them
thinking.
in, like at the front door.
No, it's CERN. CERN did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, jeez. Yes,
I
Brooke.
keep
Okay,
on
so what-
chewing- Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Purple. I'll let you go first.
No, you had your hand up.
Okay, yeah, I keep up on way too many conspiracy theories, but yeah, that was kind of what I was saying. Is like, but if they're supposed to be coming from other worlds or galaxies or dimensions or whatever, and they're supposed to be on spaceships with their little spiky pod things or whatever that's supposed to freaking have. If they just come up from a dimension, they just walk through the portal.
Hmm.
I mean, come on, haven't you seen Tomorrowland?
Yeah. Yes,
I-
Purple.
Oh, I was just wondering if the aliens invaded and we've got all the rednecks who are ready to chew bubblegum and kick ass. What happens if they can't identify the alien's ass?
Hmm.
Well, there is a problem with the Rednecks if they want to try and fight them that way, because haven't you ever seen Dragon Ball Z? They can just grab the bolt right out of midair.
And Kate, you had your hand
well,
up.
what I'm actually genuinely no joke curious about is how much of this has she heard from somewhere else, and how much of it is she making up right the heck now on camera? Like how much of this is impromptu is my question.
Hmm.
I really think she had lips all of it. I think she has some kind of vague concept and she just gets on and rambles.
Well, because
That
I've
I
known
would
some
believe.
people, I mean, heck, you could make a parallel with religion all by itself, but I've known some people where they genuinely believe some weird ass woo, and they made up none of it. They got it all from like whatever occult bookstore they went to or their friends online or something. So they're spewing lore that they didn't make up, but they genuinely believe. From her, I'm getting the impression that she does have some Cliff's Notes version, but she fills in the details as she goes.
Right.
Yeah, it's like people who.
But I wish I knew for sure.
Well, let's see what else we got here.
To our world. They opened the door And now the invasion of the body snatchers is on. It's happening. And they're not of this earth. They're not like us. They're not. They're a different
they
type of
snatched our bodies.
species. A demonic species that who have invaded
Demonic
us.
aliens.
Yes, Brooke?
Let her go long enough. That's not how species work there, pal. You do understand that. I mean, she does understand how species works, right?
Probably not.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Well, don't get me started on the whole sci-fi thing of it. Are the aliens we met a race or a species? You know?
Yeah.
How often do aliens have ethnicity in sci-fi? Yeah, they're always a monoculture. But I mean, like, I'm really not sure now what she believes at this point because she keeps talking about, like, oh, they came from across the universe, but now they opened a door. So, did they come through a dimensional portal across the universe? Are they folding space? What the hell does she think here?
Right. I'm not
I don't
entirely
know.
sure.
But on those species or race, I would argue species, but also a completely different kingdom. Because our kingdom, our classification only covers Earth. Anything outside would need its own kingdom, pretty much, and its own classification from there. And no, I haven't ever thought about that.
Right.
Sometimes I'm not sure. Like I've had that discussion with people, and it all seems to come down to whether or not you're classifying specifically biology or the part of the ecology that the whatever creature you're looking at occupies, or its functionality. Like it's entirely possible that we couldn't point at an alien quote unquote animal and say it's an animal under our current classification system, but if it basically hits enough of the boxes to be an alien, or sorry, an animal by Earth standards, then why not just call the bloody thing an alien?
Right.
Or sorry, an animal. Gosh, I am way too tired to be doing this.
Well, you're fine. And that makes sense. And like I said, it's a fun discussion to have, hypothetical. But I love how we spent time talking on that instead of watching the show. Because honestly, I would rather have that conversation than deal with Gina.
Well, I mean, I have a lot of similar, I'll say contentions with the way certain things are classified. You may have noticed over the years the way that I have gotten into it with people over whether or not atheism is like a religion or not, for example. But I don't know, or like whether or not babies can be atheists. That's an argument you can have, but it really just does come down to what have we decided to call this thing we're observing?
Yeah.
Well,
and just because our language is that way, that one word can literally have 3 different meanings that aren't really even related.
Oh, it's hilarious. Look up literally in the dictionary sometime. Like it's literally, literally, it's actually, it's no joke. The word we know and its exact opposite listed as definitions.
Interesting.
The definition of it has basically completely flipped to its opposite over a couple hundred years.
Wow. And more than once, actually. Like if you look at it literally, is basically saying something that was in literature. It's actually meant to be figuratively, but then we ended up starting to say literally when we meant actually, and now it's shifting back again. It's fucked up.
Yeah, very.
Okay. I actually have a theory on Gina Marie.
Uh-oh.
A time traveler brought her here from the Middle Ages, and she's trying to make sense of the modern world.
Well, that could be.
No. You're all wrong with her. She is actually a body snatch double. Like, that's taken over.
She's an alien.
Yeah, and she's trying to throw the set off her onto other people.
There you
go. So that way we look at it's the whole, the left hand's doing the trick, but the right hand but you're watching that right now.
I don't
Oh,
know.
dear.
I have my own theory. I think that she was a 5-year-old at Woodstock and her parents didn't supervise her very well.
Well, that could be
I
too.
would buy that one
They're
too.
they're all viable theories.
Yeah.
Well, or she was conceived at Woodstock and her mother stayed on the drugs for several months while pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, close enough to what I was suggesting, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what else we got here from her.
And that's why they wrote these books and did all these movies, because they knew the day would come when they would step up their invasions and snatch our bodies. And I think it's happening.
Ah, yes, Brooke.
Sorry, it's an acid answer with the whole this being a documentary thing, and basically she's saying it's the whole predictive programming BS argument of they put it out there so you know about it, so that way when it happens you aren't surprised.
Right.
Like, okay, you guys watch Batman? The Riddler does that shit all the time, and how well does that work out for him?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's fiction, but these people live in loony la la land, so it's, to me, it's a valid argument against them.
Besides, if aliens really were invading Earth, my birth mother and father would show up and take me back to the homeworld, clearly.
Right. Oh dear. Well, let's see what else we got here.
We've been invaded by entities from another dimension, from another world. And you have to ask yourself, why are all the movies and books and stuff about stuff like this? Because it's real.
Because it's
Drinkity,
fiction.
drinkity.
Yes.
I might want to point at, say, Alien Nation or Alf or Third Rock from the Sun or whatever. There's plenty of friendly alien stories out there. I mean, frickin' E.T. for crying out loud. Close Encounters, anybody? Okay, they did abduct people, but still.
Yeah.
I was thinking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That one doesn't end so well for Earth either, does it?
True.
I mean, until the later books. But
Well, technically, it doesn't start well for Earth, but
Yeah.
Yeah, true. You're right on that. But yeah, why do we use that, and why is that it? Because that's kind of become the trope that we use, and really, we have Orson Welles to thank for all that. And
She wants to
War of
know-
the World part.
She wants to know,
broadcast.
why would they make these things if not because they were true? Well, I mean, just entertainment, just, for fun. It's fiction. It's just for fun. Like, I don't understand why her only explanation of why these things exist is because they're true, because they were telling us about what was going to happen. Like,
Well, it seems like part of it was just she was saying, why are they all so similar? Because they have to be for the alien propaganda. Seems to be part of what she's saying.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I mean, I've been writing stories for a while now, and it is so difficult to come up with something that's not hopelessly derivative.
Okay,
Right.
wait. So I want to make sure I understand her argument correctly. Because it's been on TV and it was popular, therefore it's technically real? Well, I got a question. When do I get my starter Pokemon, and when do I get my giant mech suit?
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, let's continue on.
It's invasion of the body snatchers. And they came from another world, another dimension. With that being said, hold on one moment. This invasion of the body
Wikipedia, there we
snatchers
go.
was from a 1956 film. That's when they first noticed them,
Oh, my
Oh, drink.
goodness.
back in
Yes, Kate?
Well, I mean, we've already mentioned Orson Welles, which was quite a bit before
Yeah.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the movie. But also, I mean, it does mention the remake, the one with Donald Sutherland. Did they put out the remake because the aliens had upgraded their equipment and needed us to be prepared for the right body snatchers? You know, the correct
Yeah.
methodology of snatching a body that had to be updated because after what 22 years, you know, they had upgraded their technology. Is that it?
Apparently.
Well, I mean, you have that, and then you also have Destroy All Humans. I mean, it was a video game that was a lot of fun, and you got to, literally take people over and,
Mm-hmm.
and all that. So, I mean, wait, so are they trying to tell us there's going to be some evil person voiced by the same person who voices Zim
Apparently.
and to try to take over the world?
Wait. That's Brain, though, of Pinky and the Brain wants to take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, but that was just two lab mice. The aliens already destroyed them and stopped their plan. We all know Brain is actually the reason why. And remember, Brain made both him and Pinky dumb, so now they can't take over the world.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
That is canon, everyone. That is canon.
Well, let's see what else we got.
1956.
More proof.
They say it's a fictional storyline, but I don't think so. This film's storyline concerns an extraterrestrial invasion that begins in the fictional California town of Santa Mira.
She's gonna read the damn words on
Alien
the screen.
plant spores have fallen from space and grown into large seed pods, each one capable of producing a visually identical replacement copy of human. As each pod reaches full development, it assimilates the physical characteristics, memories, and personalities of each sleeping person that is placed near it.
Yeah, okay.
These
drink,
duplicates,
drink.
however,
Drinkity.
Yes.
All right, because I wanted to let it go for a bit because we all drink a lot on this one. However, show us one of these pods, please.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it's happening now, you should be able to show us at least one damn pod. Somebody somewhere has found one, dissected the crap out of it, found the proto like duplicate human inside it or whatever.
No.
And they should be able to show us these things, but apparently not. Like no hiker has stumbled across like a big patch of pods that the aliens had planted where they thought no one would stumble across them, but oh dear, here came the hikers.
Yeah.
You know, show us one, just one. And she holds up a cabbage, I betcha.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yes, Brooke, I think you had your hand up next.
Yeah, it's more or less what she said about, it's a fictional storyline, which, it's not. It's really happening. And I'm just like, really? It's more an ass than answer for that. And I'm like, she is...
Yeah.
She has really gone off a rocker on this one.
And Purple, you had your hand up.
No, now it all makes sense. It's the Tide Pods. They're getting teenagers to swallow them, and then they're just waiting for the old people to die off, and they take over the young people.
Oh, man, that must be what it is. Oh, jeez. Well, we're about halfway through her insanity here.
Oh, golly, there's more.
Oh, yes.
Are devoid of all human emotion. Little by little,
she's so slow you
a
could
local doctor
put her on chipmunk speed
uncovers
and we wouldn't
this
even notice.
quiet invasion and attempts to stop it. The slang people that arose in the late 20th century. American culture references the emotionless duplicates seen in the film Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and it was selected in 1994 for preservation in the United States National Film Registry in the Library of Congress for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant.
But which?
I really do feel you all.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Brooke.
We're not going to get through this movie with me on here. But yeah, so basically a film that really, with the time frame of when that would have really been kind of the start of sci-fi alien movies back then, because War of the Worlds was a radio production.
And a book.
Yeah. But here's the thing with that. So she's basically having a fit that. Oh, crap, I forgot I lost my point. I don't. I'm trying to stall to remember it. But yeah, basically her thing is like, oh, like, I remember what it was. Her issue was like things like emotionless or whatever, like pod people or whatever, where those terms entered our lexicon from the movie, and she's having an issue that pop culture influenced society. Yeah, I had to go all the way around to get to that point because I forgot my point because it's late.
Well, let's see. I'm sure she's gonna get to a point here.
When I woke up, I feel that we have been invaded by body snatchers and they're not of this world. These people called Binnell and Becky realize that all of this town's inhabitants have been replaced and devoid of humanity, and they hide at Binnell's office for the night, vowing to stay awake. So the next morning, Binnell and Becky watch from the office window as truckloads of the giant pods arrive in the town center, and they listen as Nick Grivet, the chief of police, direct the people to take them to neighboring towns to be planted and used to replace their populations. Kaufman and Jack, both of whom are now also pod people, arrive at Binnell's office with the new pods for Becky and Binnell. They reveal that an extraterrestrial life form is responsible for the invasion. The pods, capable of replicating any life form, traveled through space and landed in a field. After their takeover, Kaufman explains, humanity will lose all emotions and sense of individuality, creating a simplistic, stress-free world. So with this invasion of the body snatchers that came from another world, we know that they replicate the human body, and when they're all done, humanity is void of all emotion.
I just, I'm assuming it's a drink call here, but I just want to know why. Like, why would you want to come pretend to be humans? Wouldn't you rather just eliminate them all? Like, I don't understand.
Maybe it just makes the invasion easier.
Maybe.
You know, where it's like it's easier to infiltrate. That's my guess. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I just, why humans? Can't you just be like, can't you take over the world as dogs or cats? I can see my cat doing that. Come on now.
Well, to be fair, my cats are very, very easily puntable.
That's true. Yeah, all right. Size is an issue.
I'd like to also say that at, like, what are we now? 2, maybe 3 times speed, she's actually palatable. She sounds normal enough when she doesn't sound like she's even more stoned than I've ever been.
Yeah, and I'll say this on the whole, why they would choose to take over human forms, because we kind of are the dominant life form here, really. There's no real argument on that. So you'd want to take over it, and as you were saying with the simulation and fooling us, because if you want, at first you must stand behind someone and support in order to stab them in the back.
Uh-huh.
And well, I know I screwed that line up.
If the invasion is going to be a kind of prolonged process, yeah, they'd probably want human bodies just because then they could use our vehicles and our machinery while they're here.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, if they really wanted to pick a species to model themselves after, in the name of, say, resiliency, rather than necessarily being the quote-unquote dominant life form, they would show up as cockroaches.
That's true.
True.
Those little bastards will live forever.
They're gonna outlive us.
All right, let's continue on. She's almost done.
And sense of individuality. And you may ask yourself, why is this irrelevant, Gina? Why is this relevant? It's because we're under invasion of the body snatchers, you all. And it came from another world. So with that being said...
Okay. She said that we know because we know. I mean, it sounded really tautological that we like what she was trying to say there.
Yeah. I think that's about what she was trying to say, but she just doesn't realize how she sounds. Brooke, you had your hand up as well?
Yeah, it's not really a dream call. I mean, she corrected it right away.
Mm-hmm.
But did you catch the slip that she had?
Which one?
Okay, yeah, that's because it's not very- the one about when people go, "Well, Gina, why is this irrelevant?"
Oh,
It's
yeah.
right, that's irrelevant right after that. I'm like,
Yeah.
was that a little bit of a mental Freudian slip?
Yeah.
Now the question is, if she has the Freudian slip, where's the Freudian dress?
Right. Let's,
I don't know, I'm looking for the Freudian banana peel. But that's just me. And also, I've noticed some about her video, specifically what we're looking at right now. If you unfocus your eyes a little or squint, the R and the L sort of merge together to be a backwards H.
Yeah.
Must be a clue.
Sorry, I just wanted to say something more relevant than the crap she's spewing. That's all.
I mean, that is it's definitely more accurate. So.
No, that's a clue.
Ah.
It's instead of world, it's actually wood. Like, so they're actually from the trees. The trees are behind it all. Damn it, where are the ends at? They're trying to take over our world.
Yeah.
And it turns out that their world actually, like, it manages to somehow do this weird thing called a nuthing, right? Because it is another world.
Right.
So they clearly another on their world. What is a nuthing?
It's
dear.
bad that I'm like, I think that our crazy ideas of just mocking her are more educational than her actual video.
Well, I mean, I'm tempted to just read those words on the screen backward, and she'll say it's an alien language.
She would.
Yeah.
Pretty sure she would.
Morph Imok Yet.
There you go.
Which is Klingon for give me another burger. I don't know.
Oh, man. Well, let's finish up this. I think she's right at the end here. Let's see if she says anything profound at the end.
Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Earth is being invaded. We're being taken over. Love you.
And even though Chris comes in the last 5 minutes, I'm sure he's still lost brain cells from that.
Yeah.
My brain hurts.
Hello, Chris. It's nice to see you.
Hey, we finally got a moment's peace at work. So.
There you go. Well, I think with that we are gonna wrap up here for the evening. You know, she was just so entertaining and all. But yeah, I think that's about where we're gonna wrap it up. So I do want to thank everybody for coming out this evening and joining us for the lovely stupid that we had. Two Gina Marie Colvin Hill videos, a Cryptids video, and what was the first one we did?
The crystals that heal.
Oh yeah.
Recharging your
water.
crystals and moon water.
I thought we had another one in there.
No, I think it
Okay,
was just
everybody
those
in the
four.
side chat, this is what happens. If you don't submit some videos, you wind up with having 2 Gina Maries in one night.
Exactly.
Well, at least it wasn't Claudia.
Was one of those Jean Marie's the one that I submitted a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, we watched both of the two that I had, your invaded one and Brooke's invaded one.
Yeah, I didn't know you had submitted the other one, and honestly, yours was a much better pick than mine. I just saw it was like, I just saw the title and I saw Gina did it, and I'm like, that is movie night material right there. That title.
Well, Gina Marie. I mean, if we don't have Claudia, we have Gina Marie. I mean,
yeah, she's a good replacement for Claudia.
You Dr. Claudia Obers.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well,
so
with that,
you're
everybody. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, so what you're saying is I need to find multiple Claudia Elber videos and multiple Gina videos and torture myself to find content for this, and I will
Yeah.
watch the Gina video before I submit it next time.
Well, Claudia
Mine
has
wasn't
no
good.
new videos. She's apparently still recovering from mercury
From her
poisoning.
poisoning, yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe she got on the Guru or
I'd
whatever.
submit some more. Oh, sorry, Brooke.
Oh, I was saying, I thought maybe she might have gotten on the Buru or whatever, the Planet X or whatever.
Well, I would. I'd submit more CC from Westchester, but he doesn't come up with anything new now.
No.
It's all the same old hash stuff, or stuff that we can't put on YouTube because then we'll get community strikes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, me being on the show tonight was very impromptu. Someone's going to have to show me where to submit these videos.
Indeed, yes, I will certainly do that. And we're happy to have you on again. This was fun. I'm glad you were able to join us.
Thanks. I did have fun. I wasn't sure exactly what the experience would be like.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased to say it was a positive one.
It is an experience, that's for sure. What kind? That's up in the air, but...
Wait.
Was Tornado on at all?
No.
Haven't heard from Tornado tonight.
I'm surprised because our drink call's at 32.
I heard from Mom Nato.
That's kind of Brooke's fault.
I was like guilty.
No, I heard from Mom Nato. Tornado was very tired this evening and fell asleep early.
But Bionic Dance, I have to ask you, are you okay? Do you have alcohol poisoning? How much did you drink? Because
how bad did today hurt?
You just said, and I quote, it was a positive experience, and there were 2 Gina videos.
That's
okay,
true.
well, I will say this much. I don't have any booze in the home, so I was keeping up with the drinks using Clearly Canadian.
Okay. Then
I'll tell you what. Next time, I'll make sure that I have some marijuana on hand, and every time there's a drink, I'll smoke. Okay.
There you go.
That will be fun.
All right. Well, again, everybody, thank
me
you
on
so
weed and
much.
me not on weed are the same. Anyway.
Thank you all so much for coming out. I do appreciate you in the live chat and on the panel. So with that, say goodnight, panel.
Good night, panel.
Good night, drywall.